Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Piyush Agarwal and today I am back with another video around Office 365 scope. So in this video, we are going to learn how we can use this Office 365 scope, basically connecting a UiPath with the Azure cloud. So what is required is an Azure cloud account with an premium P2 license or P1 license. There are like four kind of licenses out there with like Azure AD free, basic, P2 and P1. So I have tried with free. It won't help you to connect them because of some issues. So you would need either P2, P1 license. So getting started with this, let's go to UiPath back. You can to get the Office 365 scope activity over here. What you need is UiPath.Microsoft Office 365.activities package. Get that, and over here there are multiple options using which you can connect your UiPath to the Azure cloud. So like the first thing over here, I can see authentication types are interactive token, Windows authentication, username and password, application secret. So what I am going to do is the application ID and secret. Now the thing that we need is application ID and a tenant ID. So to get that, going back to the Azure cloud, if I click on home, this is the screen that you would see once you have created your Azure cloud successfully. Go to the Azure Active Directory, then app registrations. Right now I do not have any app created, so I will click on new registration, give a name to this, UiPath Azure, select the third account type which gives access to any account or personal account of Microsoft organizational directory. Then in the redirect URI, select the public client native, and to get its value, go to this web page with the desktop app that calls Web API's app registration, and over here you can get this value under the redirect URLs page. Then put it over here and click on register. I will provide this value in my description of the video, so you can get it from there. Now, once the app is created, I have got the application ID and directory ID. So I will copy this application ID back to UiPath over here. Next, I need the tenant ID, which is also known as the directory ID. Copy this and paste it over here. Next, I have got interact for this. This is for interactive token, so we will come up for this later. Then this is also not required at the moment. This is not required. Yep. And this. So these are the two things that we need to fill. So I need the application secret now. So to get the application secret over here, can go to the certificates and secrets part. In the client secrets, I will click on new client secret, give a name to this secret value. You can use the expires value based on your requirement. I am going to use 3 months. Click on add. So this is created. You have to copy this secret value somewhere else, because once you have copied, once I have redirected or refreshed from this page, this value will not be visible again. So now I will come over here and copy the application secret. For best practice, I would say use a secure string and use in the secure application secret value instead of this one. This is for just the learning purpose, which is why I'm using this as normally as a text. And definitely these secrets will be deleted post the video creation. Okay, so next thing in the services, I have multiple services which I can use. I'm going to use the mail service for this demo, and the environment value by default, if I choose a default, it will be also global, and so I can use at the global directly. Next, I have used a get mail activity specifying my account name and my mail folder and a simple for each loop. So let's see how it goes. Okay, before running this video bot, what else we need is giving permissions to this app registration. We have connected the UiPath with the Azure, but we also need to provide certain permissions so that this API can work. So for that, I have to go to API permissions. Next, click on add a permission, Microsoft Graph, application permissions. Since delegate permissions only work with an interactive authentication type. So for this, let's search for mail and give it the required permissions as mail.read, read basic, then read write, mail send, all these values. So if you do this, then your bot will be able to perform any kind of mail activities, mail automations that are required. So I have given the applications. Since it is an application type permission, it would require a admin consent. So click on this, then yes. So giving an admin consent allows any application to interact with your Azure services, thus getting access, complete access to your Microsoft Office. So before giving the access, do check for the security actions that you might need. So I am done with the permissions. Now I can go back to UiPath and do a test run for this bot. I will click on play button. So the bot has executed successfully. It has given me that there are 4 mails which are in unread state at the moment, and we can verify that by going over here. You see there's a major update from Access Center, weekly digest. You have just bot has fetched all these 400 mails and provided their subject successfully to me. So that was a nice automation, successful run. So that was how you interact using application ID and secret. Next we can use, let's try with the username and password. Okay, so I will remove the application secret and create a variable for the password field and when for username. So I can get my username from over here. And for the password, so don't worry, you won't be able to see that. So I have created the username and password variables. Now I have to go to this username and password unattended type. In the password field, I can provide the password variable, and over here the username variable. That is done. Now let's retry to run the bot. Okay, so this is a one generic error that you might face during your development, because this is not something error from UiPath and or anything you have done wrong. This is a connection error that generally happens when you are trying to access Outlook from a third-party application. So right now it is giving me some error. Though if I try after some time, it will work again. That's how it works. Okay, so for the time being, what I will do, let's go with another type of automation. We have tried these two. So now let's give a try to interactive token, how it works. The working is same, exactly same. It's just the different kind of authentications that are available with us. We can use based on our use case, a requirement, you can select the proper authentication type. So with the interactive token, it worked and have again provided me with the mail subjects. It didn't ask me for login again because earlier I have already provided with the values. But in your case, what will happen? It will ask you to log in and ask for some permissions to be applied. One more thing, and very important to notice in the interactive token type, when the OAuth application type is UiPath, you can only use work or business accounts. But and if you want to use any of your personal accounts, then you need to select it as custom and then run the bot. If you try to enter your email as a personal email in the UiPath auth application type, then it will give you an error. So in the custom, I have to choose my Microsoft account, enter my password. This is the same window that will pop up once you try with UiPath itself. Now, based on connectivity issues, I'm not sure if it will log in me, but let's try. Okay, so it is not letting me log in. Maybe there are some connectivity issues, which is why it would be more preferable to use an application ID and secret instead of any interactive tokens or anywhere where the manual intervention is required. Okay, so I will stop this bot. So guys, if you want to use the Office 365 activities, you just need to select the different service that you are working on, and based on that, you need to also provide the permissions to this Azure app that you are using. For mails, like I am using mail.read, and if I want to use an interactive application, I can use the delegate permissions as well. Like if I want to work on files or OneDrive, I have got file permission over here. Based on the requirement, please select only the permissions which are actually required instead of giving the complete access to the bot. That's all guys for this video. If you guys get any kind of issues, any doubt, feel free to reach out to me over LinkedIn or on my Gmail ID. Thank you guys. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and mention in the comments how did you like the video, any comments, any updates, or if you need any kind of help. Thank you guys. uh, See you in the next video.